Today on Eagle Nation News, we have a full show of Prosper updates for you today. Ethan Lee paints the story of the statewide art competition. Next, Dylan Mize checks out new updates within the Salad & Go Corporation. And last, Callie Swick sees how one athlete here at PHS throws herself into her sport. All this and more on today's edition of Eagle Nation News. Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. I'm Landon Byram.
And I'm Kennedy Smith, bringing this week's news. And starts right now.
Welcome back, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us again here at Studio 301. The weather today is a high of 56 and a low of 31, but don't get too comfortable because the winds will be continuing to blow hard all day long.
Around this time last year, we were at home enjoying snow days. Landon, do you think that it's going to snow this year?
Honestly, I really don't think it is, but the snow really makes me remember just this one project I did in elementary school about a snowflake.
Speaking of art class, one program here has been preparing for one of the biggest art competitions in the state. Ethan Lee sketches the story.
Every year, art classes get the opportunity to participate in a statewide competition called VASE.
So the VASE competition is our annual competition in which any student who is in an art class can join. And they go in front of judges, they talk to those judges and present their artwork. And then the judges give them a score. And they are scored 1 through 4. And if they're in 4, they get to go to another level of judging. And then they get to be chosen for state out of that group.
The VASE offers an experience beyond just the art itself.
It's less about like the whole competition of it and more about community, because whenever you go to the VASE competition, there's a bunch of other artists from all over the district there, and it's kind of fun to see everybody else's piece and everyone else's like sense of style. It's really cool.
So it's a great opportunity for the kids to be able to talk to judges and explain their artwork and get some experience talking in front of people, as well as getting recognition for their artwork.
Mrs. Solano pushes students to participate in VASE, but many have their own reasons to enter.
Most of my inspiration comes from just the way I grew up, growing up online and seeing a lot of artwork and seeing a lot of, especially now, independent projects made by independent artists. It's been really inspiring.
My sister went to this school about 2 years ago. She graduated. She went to VASE. She was in AP art. My art teachers have all been really supportive of me, like Miss Smith, our ceramics teacher, and Miss Solano, our main art teacher. Just everyone is just so supportive and very complimentary to my art, and it just makes me excited.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Ethan Lee.
These students will continue to polish their pieces till the end of this month in the regional competition to decide if they move on to state, which will be on the 28th of February.
I always see the amazing art pieces in the hallway, so I cannot wait to see what else will be added.
Yes, all of the art students do not fail to represent the Prosper High School with pride.
And speaking of new additions, new releases are everywhere from movies to music. Stay tuned, Talent Talk is up next.
Mu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society applications are now open. Applications are due Friday, February 13th at 5 p.m. The requirements for Mu Alpha Theta include overall GPA of 3.5, unweighted, math average of 90 and plus, completed credits of Algebra 1 and Geometry, teacher recommendations, 2025-2026 mid-year transcript. And for more information, please contact Mr. Chan, Ms. Kreisel, or Mrs. Ritchie. Seniors, your first senior lunch of 2026 is today. And make sure to get your Minga code with the code Friday.
Pop culture has been surprising us all over this week.
Holden McCurry is in studio with more.
Thanks, Landon. People are still talking about the 83rd Annual Golden Globes, which were held last weekend celebrating movies and TV shows from the last year. The movie One Battle After Another took home the most awards of the night with 4, including Best Musical or Comedy. Another major award winner was Timothée Chalamet, who won his first major award for his work in Marty Supreme, a movie that I personally have heard a lot of buzz around recently, as Chalamet plays a salesman in the 1950s who decides to pursue his dream of becoming a table tennis pro. And I've heard a lot of really great things about this movie from my friends, and with a Golden Globe win for Chalamet's performance, I might just have to go see it for myself. Moving over to music, former member of One Direction and now solo artist Harry Styles has announced that he will be releasing a new album this March titled Kiss All, Disco Occasionally. This news has generated tons of speculation all over social media, and for good reason. Styles hasn't released any new music in almost 4 years, with his last album being Harry's House, released in May of 2022. And I honestly haven't sought out to listen to any of Harry's music, but I have seen a few movies that he's acted in, so I think I might have to give this album a listen when it releases. Speaking of new music, popular country artist Zach Bryan recently released his new album, With Heaven on Top, and I personally think it's one of his best yet. Zach was my most listened to artist on Spotify last year, and I honestly don't know if that will change with how much I enjoy this album. The album is a whopping 24 songs and 1 poem long, and has a runtime of about 80 minutes. It features songs that reflect on Bryan's past relationships, faith, and the cost that comes with being a well-known name. But while fans were busy listening to the new music, Bryan had even more plans, because just 3 days after the album's release, Zach unveiled an acoustic version of the album titled the same. And even I've seen some fans on TikTok say that they enjoy this version more than the regular track list. But on that note, Landon and Kennedy, have either of you listened to With Heaven on Top?
I love country music, so I will definitely check it out over the weekend or even tonight.
I have not, but since there is senior lunch today, maybe I'll just have to give it a listen on my way to go get food.
And speaking of eating, one fast food chain here in Prosper is closing their doors after 4 years of being open. Dylan Mize is on scene at Salad and Go.
Thank you, guys. I'm standing outside the Salad and Go here in Prosper, where it is unfortunately closing. They're closing down all stores in the North Texas and Oklahoma area, favoring their stores in both Nevada and Arizona, where they originally came from. Now, why they're doing this has many customers left confused, since it was such a beloved place to stop. What do you guys think back at the desk?
I absolutely love Salad and Go, but since there is one remaining in Arizona, which is where I'm going to college, I know exactly where my first stop is going to be.
Personally, I'm not a huge Salad and Go fan, but it is definitely one of the better healthy options out there. The Prosper community has been very loud about this closing.
Another thing that is loud is drumline auditions. Cooper Kern plays the story.
New year, new drumline. Auditions are underway and students are ready to show what they've got this season.
Drumline is a part of the band. We are front ensemble, keyboard instruments, and battery instruments, snare drums, bass drums, and quads, and together we are a drumline.
One drumline member who isn't letting the nerves get to him, bringing focus and precision to every beat.
When I'm in the zone, I just really try and focus on what I'm playing, what my next moves are, what I've got to play next, and I try not to take in like everything around me, you know, the crowd, the people around me, what he's doing or what she's doing, or he messed up or whatever. I just try to just focus on myself.
But these auditions aren't just about skill. For the drumline, determination, timing, and mental preparation can make all the difference in standing out.
You know, underneath, they're very competitive. Everybody wants a certain section, and they'll fight for it. They'll work really hard, and it brings out the best and the worst sometimes in all of us.
As the auditions continue, the drumline is taking shape, and with members like Luke giving their all, the season promises to be one full of talent, focus, and teamwork. Reporting for Real Nation News, I'm Cooper Kern.
Audition results should be coming at the end of this month to early February, so be on the lookout for who will be leading the line next year.
I have a couple friends in the drumline, and let me just say, it is truly insane the work they put in.
Another group of Prosper students that are putting in a lot of work are the Prosper athletes. Don't leave, game time is up next.
Here we go!
Prosper sports are heating up in this cold weather.
Colton Boston is in studio with this week's Game Time.
Thanks, Kennedy. Now we're going to start game time off on the pitch, where on Friday your Prosper Eagle boys soccer team took on Sam Houston and took home an incredible 2-0 win against the Texans. Then the next day, our Eagles took on the undefeated Dallas Jesuit Rangers and sadly fell short in a 2-0 game. The boys, however, will look to start off district play strong with a win tonight against McKinney-Boyd, as the two teams will face off tonight at McKinney-Boyd, with the game starting at 7:30. 7:30. Now, keeping it on the pitch, your Lady Eagles soccer team played in the Governor's Cup Elite Tournament over the weekend, but sadly, the scores and results from this tournament are unavailable to us. However, your Lady Eagles soccer team will be facing off against McKinney-Boyd tonight here at Children's Health Stadium, with kickoff being at 7:30. Now moving to the mat, wrestling season is in full swing, with wrestling competing tomorrow at 9 at Justin Northwest High School. Now going to the arena where your boys and girls basketball team both faced off against Plano West, where your boys kept the game super close, but sadly falling behind by 3 points, losing 58-55. The girls, however, took a win over the Wolves, winning 42-30. Both the boys and the girls will play again today against McKinney-Boyd, with the girls starting at 5:30 and the boys at 7. Now, it has been 26 days since Texas high school football season came to a close. However, in 3 days, deep in the heart of Miami at the Hard Rock Cafe Stadium, number 10 Miami will be taking on number 1 Indiana. Can the 2025 Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza lead the Hoosiers to victory, or can Carson Beck win his 3rd appearance and the first time starting in the college football championship game? Can the 15-0 Indiana Hoosiers win their first national title, or can Miami win their 6th? Make sure not to miss this one, as the game will kick off at 6:30 with coverage on ESPN. And we're also just 26 days away from the puck drop of the 2026 Men's Olympic Hockey Tournament starting in Milano Cortina. However, it's not looking too promising. See, pictures and videos have surfaced of the stadium still under construction and not living up to construction plans. From over 3,000 missing seats in the arena to roster breakdowns, join me on Tuesday at 7 p.m. to hear everything you need to know about this year's Men's Hockey Olympics. And while most Prosper sports are school-specific, lacrosse unites all 4 high schools into one team. And for one player, she has officially signed to play at the college level. Callie Swick has her story.
A new season of Prosper Girls Lacrosse brings a fresh start for the team, but for one returning player, the goal hasn't shifted an inch. She's been sharpening her game for the next level since she first stepped onto the turf as a child.
I played a bunch of sports as a kid growing up, and I just never really found one that I truly love. And so whenever I joined lacrosse, it just immediately clicked for me, and I knew it was a sport for me. I knew I wanted to play in college in 5th grade, and so it's just kind of been a waiting game up until sophomore year, reaching out to schools. And then this past summer, me and my dad just going on a ton of road trips literally everywhere in the South, trying to see every school that was on my list.
For Tegan, the recruitment process wasn't about just finding a team, it was about finding a home. She found exactly that at Rockhurst University, making it official as a junior and setting the stage for her future as a Hawk. But beyond the talent, there's a standard, a commitment to excellence that began at a young age and now anchors the entire team.
She's always been a great leader, especially last year. She stepped up so much. Her leadership, it just shows throughout off the field and on. She's an amazing attacker. She's always scoring, doing something. She's always loud with her voice, encouraging people. So I'm really excited for her and where she's going next.
Past the final whistle, the grind never stops. The extra work is key to mastering every skill and every play.
Just taking it 100% and just being a team player, I think that's just so big, and I think going 100% for every rep just really makes you a great player.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Callie Swick.
Huge congratulations to Tegan on her commitment, and we cannot wait to see what she does on the whole team this season.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Thank you for letting us tell your stories. Once again, I'm Kennedy Smith.
And I'm Landon Byram. Have a great weekend and go Eagles.